Kevy, to you first tonight. We've just been speaking to a couple of your players in the lead up to this game, and tell me about this camp as opposed to the one leading into game one, because obviously for you guys, series on the line this time around.
Yeah, well, everything is on the line. I guess with Origin, though, every game's very important, you know, your performance and certainly your preparation. I just thought for game one, we just didn't quite have enough guys on the training field when it really mattered. And, of course, we lost Billy on Sunday into the Wednesday game, and then Dane Gagai had that incident as well around training. So it wasn't the ideal preparation. But at the end of the day, we got beaten by a better side, and they were clearly the better side. You know, last Wednesday, a couple of Wednesdays ago in Origin 1, our goal now is to try and fix up a few of those things that we didn't get quite right for Sunday, and then really try and challenge the Blues down in their own venue there on Sunday.
Yeah, Kevy, you must take a fair bit of confidence out of game one, though, given the fact that you had that limited preparation. You had some new combinations as well that will now have a full week and a game under their belt going into Sunday.
Well, as confident as we can be, Gerds. I mean, New South Wales were very good, as I just mentioned, you know, in game one, but we do need to lift for game two and get up to their level. They were very good in a lot of areas, but we were good in a lot of areas, but we need to be great. And I think that's been the theme all week, as we just try and get ourselves into those positions when we do and really try and capitalise on them. I thought we did. Our forwards sort of held their own at different stages throughout the game, and as Billy mentioned earlier as well, we just didn't quite capitalise on the momentum that we had. And as New South Wales, the great New South Wales teams always do, they make you pay, and that's what Freddie's mob did to us, you know, in game one.
Yeah, Kev, it's Willie. You're speaking about your forwards. I think guys like Clemmer and Frizzell, they just seem just a lot more physical than your boys. I'm sure you've given Napper and Jared Wallace a bit of a rev up this week. So how do you think they'll prepare?
Yeah, I thought the physicality was probably even, I reckon, Willie, from both sides, although I'm not going to argue with you, big fella. You're bigger than me. So, but, you know, I think we held our own in that regard. We bounced off a lot of tackles, which didn't help us. I think 55 missed tackles is a lot in any game of football, particularly Origin. You can't afford to miss, you know, that many. I think if you look back to game one of last year's series, we missed 57 tackles. So, and again, you know, New South Wales dominated that game as well. So, yeah, we're looking to improve that area, and that includes guys like Dylan and Jared Wallace and Josh Maguire, our middle guys, being strong and being effective in that middle area, because we know that's where New South Wales are going to come. It's just a matter of now of the Queensland boys trying to stop as much as they can. There will be some damage throughout the night, no doubt, from New South Wales players, but we've got to try and limit that as best we can.
How you going, Kevy? Sam Thider here. Do you remember me?
Yes, how could I forget you, Sam?
Thanks, youngster. Mate, I think the big question everyone wants to know is Kalen Ponga. How do you inject him into the game, and where do you kind of bring him into the footy game? I don't want you to give away too many secrets, but what's your plan for him?
No. Yeah, Sam, look, we don't have too many secrets here in Queensland. We want to use Kalen in the best possible way. Obviously, he's played many positions in his short NRL career. He's played on the wing for the Cowboys, fullback, in the half. So he's got all different areas of his game that he can inject, you know, for us, certainly. He's a highly skilled player. It's been great having him around the camp. We hope to get the best out of him on Sunday without putting too much pressure on him as well. That is his first Origin game, and, you know, obviously it's a big step up in class for him from where he's the NRL, but I'm sure he'll handle it. And we've got to use him effectively, I think, on Sunday. That'll be the key, giving him a specific role and let him going out and do it.
Kevy, we'll let you go. All the best on Sunday night. Good luck as you try and keep the series alive.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
There he is, Kevin Walters, the Queensland coach, hoping to take it to a decider in Brisbane. One man hoping that certainly isn't the case is Brad Fittler, the Blues coach, after winning game one. He joins us a few days out. Hello, Freddie. Great to be with you here on the Footy Show. I had the pleasure of being with you in camp a couple of days ago just to see what life is like under Coach Fittler, and all's going very swimmingly.
It's been good. We've had some weather issues this week. It hasn't stopped raining. I think every session we've done's been in the rain, but with that comes challenges. But also, you know, you've got to be disciplined and hold the ball. So the sessions have been great. Outside that, the good thing is the blokes know each other now. Before the first game, not many of them knew each other. So the getting together part of it, that was all done a lot quicker. So far so good. We're still a couple of days away though.
Freddie, it's Mace. First thing I've seen was the boys with their shoes off. I've been there before at the Roosters time there. Brought back some memories. The boys are really buying into your whole culture and the way that you face the game.
Yeah, they love it, mate. Bit of fun, you know.
Yeah, mate.
They're in here for a long time, so I don't want to drive them mad too much. Just make it a bit of fun, make it real. So actually, the last time they had their shoes off was their idea, so they're getting into it.
Freddie, there was a really nice moment on Friday night when the Roosters played the Panthers and Latrell Mitchell went down and we saw Tyrone Pucci walk into the sheds. It was touching, and I think everyone in the NRL just admired probably some of the bonds that you've been able to sort of form in this short time with these Origin guys. How did that make you feel as a coach that had a big bearing on that really nice gesture by Tyrone?
I think the fact that just prior to that we saw Latrell Mitchell being medicapped off the field in a neck brace, and I think not just the coach, Robbo, myself, all the fans. I think when everyone's in that sort of position, their welfare is the first thing in mind, and then all of a sudden you saw some movement in the hands, and then that just brought it back to earth a little bit, and just seeing that nice gesture Peach did, and they're just two great kids, mate. They're young blokes who just love playing footy, so. I'm not even sure it was legal what Peach did, and I'm sure we'll have a rule around that soon if that's possible, but I'd hate to see that part of our game ever be lost due to a rule. It was very warm and touching for everyone.
Freddie, Sam Thider here, mate. One
Hey,
thing,
Sammy.
as an outsider looking in, mate, it looks like all the boys in Blues camp are really enjoying themselves. There's a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, a lot of high fives. Is that something you've tried to do to come into the team and change the culture a little bit?
I think you've been part of teams yourself, Sam, where you've got so many new players that I don't think they have anything else but to listen. A lot of them hadn't been here before, and I think the real key to what we had, Sammy, was the fact that our senior players led the way. There was question nothing, got on with the job, and when you get a team like that, everything just goes along swimmingly. They've been doing a lot of promotional work, and you know what Origin's like, there's a lot of media, and they've just dealt with it like real pros, and it's just because they've had nothing to judge it against, no past and no history of being in Origin camp. So I've got to say the senior players have led it, Sammy, but the young blokes they're loving being here.
Hey, Freddie, before we let you go, there was a bit of fanboying going on at training today. Simon Baker, the mentalist, Joey pulling a few strings and getting one of his mates in camp.
Yeah, one of his little surfing buddies. We've had a few down here, a few of the boys are local, so I think one of the good things, everyone's a bit of a fan of the team at the moment, so, we can ensure that'll go on for longer if we win, because winning counts in our game. But good to have him in. We had Huey Bowman in, Winks, the jockey of Winks. He's just heading over to Japan to have a race, so he's been hanging around. He's a local around here, so it's awesome having the fellas down.
How good. Are you walking from the ground to the ground from the hotel on Sunday night? Have you decided yet, like the MCG?
Mate, I haven't decided yet. We're just going to check out the distance. But, mate, they got a kick out of it the other day. They thought it was awesome, just a real, it's just the oxygen, just breathing a bit of air before the game. They really enjoyed it. So we'll see the distance and see if it's doable, but if not, we'll just get on the bus.
Hey, Freddie, just tell Huey Bowman if he wants to have a day off, Robbie Kearns is happy to fill in there. One of his later...
Him and Bradley Clyde.
At a meeting later on the year.
Chris Waller was down there. Chris Waller gave Jimmy Maloney a tip that was hopeless, and Huey wrote a winner for $10 and didn't tell anyone. So
that's how they work.
Jimmy Maloney had him in a headlock.
That's how they work.
How good. Brad, great to catch up with you. All the best Sunday night. Good luck, brother.